Hey guys, for the sake of convenience, आपकी बेहतर समझने के लिए हमने इस वीडियो को हिंदी में भी, हिंदी लैंग्वेज में भी, for the sake of understanding obvious, अपलोड किया है। अपलोडिंग में एक सेकंड वीडियो जिसका लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में भी होगा डाला है। अब उसके भी अगर आपकी प्रेफरेंस वाली लैंग्वेज इंग्लिश हो या हिंदी, आप देख सकते हैं इंग्लिश में या हिंदी में। इट्स ऑफ चॉइस। सो थैंक यू। अस्सलामु अलैकुम माय डियर brothers and sisters, peace be upon you all, and a very pleasant morning and a very great greetings to my responsible citizens of my motherland India. Today's morning ought to be pleasant. As you see, it marks the 75th Independence Day of our nation, and it is a realization to ourselves that it is 75 years since the independence of this country. 75 years since we fought for a free thought, free will, free expression of thoughts. Yes, it was as such. We gained our independence at 15th August 1947. It was declared that India is now a free country. Okay, so that's the part. I am the son of Syed Ahmed Shoeb. I stand among the ranks of the youth of my nation at the age of 20. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry.
हम लोगों को समझ सको तो समझो दिल भर जानी, जितना भी तुम समझोगे उतनी होगी हैरानी। कभी नए पैकेट में बेचे तुमको चीज पुरानी, फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी, फिर भी दिल है।
So as I said, I am a man amongst the youth. So as you see, I am a man by the name Syed Shoeb Syed, who stands amongst the youth, amongst the ranks of the youth as a first year MBBS student. Yes, I am a first year MBBS student, and I have noticed and realized a few situations, conditions that are not just prevailing in our country, but gradually being accumulated. You can say gradually accumulated to a certain stage, which has now become a distress call for the whole of my nation, the whole to my people. The entirety of the humanity under India suffers. So please, please, please understand what I do now say. Please listen to me. Before I go any further, I want to make it clear that I am no adversary, no opposition to anyone, nor anything, no community, no no popular organization, no one, no individual. Please do not mark me as such that I am in favor or against. No, not at all. These are my personal views based upon personal research, based upon official ground reports that are personal ideas. So youth, open your eyes. We need to understand that we are, or we have to be ambitious towards our nation. Being an asset is what we have to be. Being an asset is what our country needs. The country is even lacking doctors. The country needs engineers for great architectures, for great constructions, not just in beauty, but more in build. If you consider these things, there are many vocations, many professions, many occupations which need our consideration. Okay, that's the youth. We are dynamic. Yeah, the young generation is dynamic, versatile, and a group of people which has wide spectrum of ideas. Yes people, yes fellas, we need to open our eyes. Where are we? This reminds me of an incident of my past. Our government schools, it used to be painted upon them a few famous phrases at that time. It used to be written in my locality. Oh, the rises of a new dawn. Welcome the rises of a new dawn. Whom do you think it's being directed to when it's written, painted on the walls of a government school, college? It's being directed to the youth of a generation, the youth of a nation, who's gonna make a change, who's ambitious, who's aspiring to become someone who's an asset, someone who needs to understand what others feel about distress and ease them, while having skills, while we are as such. So we are the youth, and we need to understand all this. Where are we nowadays? If you consider where are we nowadays, Where are we, people? A research by my statistical approaches, it shows that 6 to 9 hours or more or beyond, it is the time that a teenager, an average teenager, gives to social media, internet, to the mobile phone. His screen time on the mobiles, he's just indulged, he's drowned into the world of nothing. He gets ideas, he gets, you can say, emotions, he gets understandings. Okay, that's fine, but what about, you can say, productivity? When you get such ideas, ideals, are you ready to make changes? Are you ready to stand how you are, how an influential role you have in society? I'm not gonna address upon or detail the influential part. Like, however being a youth is understood that he's gonna make a change. Like the elders in our society say, "Bacha jawan ho gaya." That means they keep a remark, they mark the age. Why just jawan ho gaya? Why they say that bachche jaldi bade hote? Because they wait for such an age where there are dynamic changes not only in the individual's personality, but he becomes an asset. No, nor a liability. He doesn't become someone more distressful, more of a dharti ka boj. No, he does not become as such. He does not become a addict, a servant to the screen. He doesn't become as such. Please, before I go on, again I say, I am no humiliation to anyone nor an adversary. As I said, I am making a clear understanding. I am no humiliation nor even to the group of young people. I don't have a mark to insult you upon this. You are my peer people. I am also a part of the youth, as I said. But fellas, we need to open your eyes. Come out of the world of your phone. See the world of your nation is in. See this beautiful world here. This greenery beside me. This beautiful world needs your attention. This beautiful world needs a clear-cut peace. This beautiful world needs more of understanding people. So what is it? What is it we are lacking? We are versatile, we are dynamic, we are change-making, we are handsome, we are gorgeous people. We are men, if we say, ready to make changes. For the lady folk, for the sisters, I say they are young ladies, they are young people, young women who are ready to fight for their families, to stand up for their loved ones, for their relatives. Yes, they have the courage to do so. They have the courage to do so. If you understand that whenever we age up, when we grow, it's the age that increases. Yes, I say that, but that's just a number, if you see. But we have wills, we have desires, we do, make or maintain our wealth, our health, our fitnesses. Then age is just a number. What increases more is responsibilities. Responsibilities become a bug, most of all, to our lives. Responsibilities increases more than the ages. That is why, let me say that we are young men. Ladies, sisters, you are young women. Let me say as such. When you see the happiness indexes, when you see the reports made by the UN, the United Nations, when you see what our nation stands upon, it's unpleasant. It's very unpleasant. It's shocking if you see so. That the happiness of our nation is decreasing. It's gradually decreasing on a horrific point of view, if you see. And that's evident. I don't have to remark upon that, but let me reinforce my info. By 2013 to 2015, 2014 or 15, it was 111 was the ranking of the countries, surveyed by the UN's reports. By the countries surveyed, it was 111 the rank India stood upon. Obviously, it was higher a rank and lower the grade of happiness. Now if you see the conditions, by 2020 the happiness is further decreased. Further, it is 144 out of the 152 countries, or 144 out of the countries estimated or surveyed. And moreover, now currently in 2021 it is 139 out of the 149 countries estimated or surveyed. People, do you understand? we have a real problem. We have a real understanding to say. We have something that is really making us up problematic. What is that? When we see the happiness index, it's being estimated upon the socio-economic conditions, the aspects that we are facing day to day. It's being conditioned, it's being estimated by so and so conditions, like economy, like the daily incomes, or many such conditions that are economics. If we say socio, then there comes many other factors of the of those that marks our happiness. Probably like you can say festivities, or you can say so fertility rates, population, many more things. I can go further to this. Let me make it more clear that when we say happiness, obviously it is a problematic condition, as it is on a lower grade, obvious. The thing is now to understand, now or never. Let me make it clear, more clear to you, that who is responsible of all this. We could have a great, clear governor, a clear ruler upon ourselves. And then who is responsible? People. Sadly, we are responsible. Unfortunately, the young people, the old people, the citizens who have got the right to vote, the right to vote. The right to vote was a greater, bigger right when we got independence. It was the right. It was the right to elect individuals which care for us, individuals which care for the nation, individuals which brought our dreams, which brought our problems to their problems, to the level of their understanding, so that we could cope with our daily lives, we could cope up with our unhappiness, we could increase this country's happiness, we could make our nation a prospering, aspiring nation. Yes, it is prospering, yes, it is aspiring, but the point is, why are we then in distress? Why then the socio-economic conditions are highlighted in the, you can say, the global, international platforms? Why? Because we did not stand responsibility. We did not stand responsibly by voting on a, you can say, unresponsible criteria. We did not research upon that. People, what we could have been doing, we could have voted for people better. We could have understood the ideas better. We could have used our right in such a way that it benefited us. Yeah, we do trial and errors. We do not have much of conditions. We do not have much of time to stand everything. Yes, at least a research. We live in the age, the electronic age, the digital India as we hear nowadays. We live in such a condition. So we are in a condition that we search for everything, that we understand everything, that we make clear who we are, that we make clear who are we electing, that we make clear are they gonna understand that we are the citizens of a people, and that we are the citizens of a nation which needs such and such of conditions. Secularity, the past nowadays. Yeah, we are a people which marks in this whole world the unity to diversity. Yes, we are united. We are unity in a diverse country. But do we nowadays look at such? Then why the riots? Why the conflicts? Why at times bitter, bitter ideals, bitter, you can say, situations created, when the whole world is like for or against us, for or against at least even a community. I do not point out anyone, but people better. We have faced situations as people of India, as citizens of India. We have faced such situations where we have been brutally or painfully gone through situations that were undesirable, that couldn't have been, but it came so. Why again? The vote, people. You could have understand better, you could have known better who was correct, who should we have. Like, I'm not gonna make you understand. Obviously you are better people, obviously you have greater experience, you have greater responsibilities than me. I'm just a man who has come forward to speak. No adversary to anyone, no humiliation to anyone, no any wrong thing. I am here to make a clear-cut point of view to something which is needed, which was necessary to be spoken of, and is now a clear-cut point to be spoken, and is truth to be spoken of, and is necessary for you to hear, O citizens of my nation. People, if we see further, now or never, if you see the world beyond you, it's हर घड़ी बदल रही है रूप जिंदगी, छाँव है कहीं कहीं है धूप जिंदगी, हर पल यहाँ जी भर जियो, जो है समा कल हो ना हो. So when I say जो है समा कल हो ना हो, that means so that we have not every time a time to live our ideas. We have the time now. We have the time when we have realized. Let me read it out to you, that these are the major issues. The first one stands in the list is corruption. Corruption, the most widely spread endemic in India, is corruption, which must be handled quickly and wisely. It's said by the report. Those words I don't make my concern. Yeah, but that is an endemic. It should be handled wisely and quickly, as it is, like a termite eating away India in an instant from its roots. Illiteracy. People are not much literate. Yes, we are aspiring, we are getting ambitious towards white collar jobs, towards people, we are getting inspired, and we are getting favored upon education. But though we need to understand that it is yet becoming a problem. The education system, it is being blamed every now and then for being too theoretical but not practical and skill based. Okay, it's the education system listed. Yes, it's true again. We need much and more practice. We need much and more of the skill. Yes, it has to happen. The basic sanitation. Sanitation is yet another problem. You can say one of the biggest in India. You can clearly say, as nowadays in the world, in the era of the corona, the virus COVID-19, which has changed our lives to much of a great extent, there are the basic sanitation problems you need to understand. The healthcare system, obviously, it needs much and more development. As you see, doctors are needed. Poverty, I do not need to, you can say, describe. Pollution, women's safety, it's just an issue which does not need introduction. But people, don't you see that the women which could have had safety every now and then, are we really safe? Everyone, now and then, answer. Are we? Are we?
No.
Yes, they are. Next is infrastructure. More of infrastructure, as we see that the places which could have been, you can say, utilized, brought into beneficial use, which could have had much and more of, you can say, a greater level of use, a benefit for the people, whatever it may be, marginalized, and they may be educated people, they may be of people high level, the officials. The infrastructure may have been developed. I'm not making an argument with the, you can say, the higher officials to replace or to, you can say, the forests being cut and down. No. We have much and more places. We can take out the ruins, the ruined buildings. There are many places I have seen by my eyes myself. They have become viranas, the khandars, the, you can say, unoccupied places. It's happening as such. Poverty, infrastructure, unemployment, boy, this is something in the news now and then, a hot topic. Agricultural distress. You have seen the farmers, obviously. The rise in global protectionism. Now and then attacks. We are being strong enough under the military protection, but though, to gain independence. What is that independence? Happiness, freedom of will, freedom of thought, freedom of expression, freedom of saying what you want to say, freedom of doing what you want to do. But freedom of being in a condition to live, freedom to life, a right to life, right to live. Is it like that? We see now and there, here and there, mob lynching, these rapes, that rapes, women's safety at a verge. What's happening, people? Murders and all happening just hey. No one's caring about it. In cities, I just hear like a common thing. Someone's murdered and thrown somewhere with his body. Is it okay? Murders so common. If you are so selfish to understand people I do not again humiliate or being an adversary, but I say, but understand that if you are not at all, even now, coming out of that selfishness you have, understand that this can even approach you. The murders, the massacres, the seamless killings, or ulterior motives followed by our higher authorities for themselves, not for the citizens, not for the work they are there for. We were oppressed, but we stood up all together. We stood up united. Are we as such? Why are we fighting all together? Why aren't we standing up all together? Think upon it. Isn't it right we stand? Say to me, isn't it right?
No.
Obviously it should be. It should be that we stand. It's time now, as I said. It's time now or never. Now or never. We have it now. As I said, अपनी छतरी तुमको दे दें, कभी तो बरसे पानी, नए पैकेट में बेचे, तुमको जीन्स पुरानी. It's a famous one. फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी. फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी. That's a point, to understand. That's a point, to understand. I don't have a pride. I don't have a pride to be a, of a white collar aspiring job, gonna be a doctor. No, I know. I came up nowadays to make you understand why. Because I consider my responsibilities as a citizen. No, wait a minute, people. I have to make a realization to this. I take this out. I keep it all in front of you, clear and transparent. Thank you very much. God, you can say Allah, describes in the, the Holy Quran. It says in Surah Rad, that's chapter 13, verse 11, that indeed Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. Aren't we changing? We changing. We are changing. Yeah, obviously we are changing. But does it look like our conditions change? Does it look like everything's changing? Does it look like it's seeming? But it is still a trouble that we need to address to. Okay. Now, this is a clear-cut point that was, you can say, prophesied or something. One more of the verse that's very direct, pointed nowadays. That's from chapter 30, Surah Rum, if you say, verse 41. It says, corruption has appeared, calamities have appeared in the land and the sea for what mankind's hands have earned, that he may make them taste some part of that which they have done, that possibly they would return, obviously to righteousness, obviously to sincerity, obviously to humanity, people to humanity. Do we stand with such a humanity? Do we stand with people like this, like the poor, like the oppressed, like the marginalized, like those who are in need? Do we? It's humanity. People, it's humanity that we have to stand for. Ideas are spread, laws are made that have nothing to do with the common man, that have nothing to do with the development, that have nothing to do with peace. Does it have? Does it have? Does it? No, not at all, isn't it? No. Then why so? Why so? So people, as my humble request, rise, arise. Jai Hind. Happy Independence Day to all of you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jai.
भी तुम ना रुकना, बहुत सहेलियां अब न सहेंगे।